I'd like to say thank you guys so much for coming in. And of course, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties, but well, hopefully we'll get it. Oh, there it is. It popped in now. Okay, I think it might be working. All right. So anyway, I see we got a bunch of people. I'm going to leave the chat going on the right, but I see we got Layla and Maya and much more. We got VJ. We have Katrina. Welcome in. We have Wooling Around with Joy. Wonderful. And I saw you saw Tina, right? Tina Bailey. Am I missing one somewhere? Moses.
What?
Did you see Tina Bailey?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
At the very top.
Yeah, I can't see her now. Of course, I lost her. Okay,
yeah.
But anyway, hey Tina. All right, so today we're doing chicken and dumplings, and this is going to be pretty quick because I had to pre-cook the chicken because I wanted to make sure that it was done. But anyway, we got Arnie's here. We got Moses. Wonderful. Thank you all so much for coming. All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of talk through the recipe. So what they recommend is chicken breast, and you can use chicken breast or you can use chicken thighs. So I had some chicken thighs available, so that's what I used. And I just cut everything apart, and then what I did was I'll just show you until Moses is still playing with the camera. I cook the chicken. What you do is you pre-cook the chicken, and you cut it in small pieces so that it's cooked not almost completely through, but pretty close to being done. And then the second part that we're going to do is we're going to do the dumplings. And the dumplings is really the biggest part of chicken and dumplings. I think that is very, very exciting. And there are two ways that you can do it. Oh, okay. So we have a wellness with Frugal Mama. We got you. And everyone's saying hi. Welcome, welcome. So anyway, so chicken and dumplings. And this is something that I don't make often. So we'll have to see how it goes. But anyway, the one thing that I just want to say to everybody is that, happy Friday. We're all recovering from Thanksgiving still. And I'm just so glad that it's over. Now we're on to the next holiday. So, we're all like planning for Christmas and people are doing a lot of shopping and things like that. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I have a crock pot that's actually a fast cooking crock pot. And it's a fast cooking crock pot and a slow cooking crock pot as well. So what I'm going to do is I have to do a little shuffle here. And I'll show you what. So I would suggest whenever you're doing chicken and dumplings, just use the seasonings that you like. So they basically say salt and pepper. You're good. That's what I said. We're good. There's Moses. He's like, what?
No,
what's happening? No, we're good. Okay. I could tell you.
Sorry.
No, I could have told you that. Poor Moses. But anyway, we got Nana Michelle lurking in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. But good to see you. Wellness with Frugal Mama. And I know this is poor Nana Michelle. She's a vegan or vegetarian. So this is hard with all this meat. But anyway, I'm going to see if we can get a good view. Oh, we got to move this forward. That's the problem. It's just a little bit off. I think.
You're not using the stove anymore.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to be here kind of.
Okay.
What is this? Okay, that's my broccoli. Okay, good. So we're good. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'll show you what I cut up. All right. So anyway, I think we're good. Oops. We're not good.
Who's that?
You got to mute that. Yes. Yeah, that's what you forgot. Yes. Here we go. You got to mute that. Anyway, we're getting back to the other screen. I know you did.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe you didn't. We'll see. Let me see what's happening. Okay, hang on a second.
Let me see.
Okay. Used to love chicken and dumplings. They make vegan chicken that you can use. So no worries. Okay, because I always hate to force you to and turn it all the way down. Yeah, on the side. But anyway, I hate to I feel bad whenever you're vegetarian because then you end up, this whole thing with the meat. But anyway, there's Zoila Rivera. Good to see you. She's saying hi to everybody. Thank you so much for coming in.
Hi, Zoila.
And thank you for the squirrel raid. We really appreciate it. I like the little emoji. Okay. Now let's see if this works now. Okay. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. That's better. All right. So anyway, now I can show you what I got going. So this I cut up a crap load. I don't know what this is way too much broccoli, but we had broccoli, so I'm going to use it. And this is the other thing that I would say whenever you're doing these recipes, use what you have and then use whatever seasonings you like. And so they recommend salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion or onion powder. And you're chopping up onion. And what we're going to do is we're going to sweat the onion and the carrots and then proceed with the rest of the recipe. So anyway, so I cheated today and I got these little cut up carrots here. There we go. Oops. There we go. The cut up carrots. And I'm just going to cut these up and then just add them with the what's that called? Add them with the onions and then put them into the cooker. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the heat. I forgot I had to turn it down because I cooked it just a little bit too fast. Because the funny thing is every time you say you want to cook something fast, it goes slow. There you go. So anyway, so I'm just cutting up these. Yeah, we're good here. So I have a lot of seasonings. I'm just going to sort of wing this. So what I usually do is I take 2 or 3 recipes and I kind of say, let's see what they put in there. And so this recipe uses a little bit of Worcestershire sauce also. And then they use half and half and chicken broth. So what you can do is you could use, instead of half and half, some people even use whole cream, which is crazy, in the dumplings. So it's like, so what I try to do is just extrapolate. Whoops, as we have a rolling carrot. I try to extrapolate like what's happening on the screen. Yeah. So I just take the recipes and sort of roll them up together, and then we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to cut a few of these carrots, and I have way more veggies than really what I need. So what you do is you cut up the carrots, you cut up the onions, and then you cut up a little bit of celery. So the celery looked pretty good today. We just got this from Aldi. Yeah, it's looking really good. So anyway, so I'm going to just cut a few pieces of the celery. And this is the skinniest little piece of celery that I have. And because I'm really only cooking for 2. And you see the flowers on that. That's really beautiful. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to cut this off. And I'm just going to cut this little piece here. But anyway, let's see. Oh, Scratch and Pete. Hello. How are you?
Greedy stopped by to say howdy.
Yes.
She's leaving her thumbs up.
I know she's hungry. When you do those live streams are stressful, as you can tell. A lot of crazy things happen. But anyway, so I'm going to just keep going. I'm just chopping up the celery here. And I'm heating up. So what I have inside of the crock pot is all the juices from the chicken and the seasoning. So I just put a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, regular onion. So I really doubled up on the seasoning. Like I went kind of buck wild. And I always find sometimes it's better to have a little too much than not have any. So, but anyway, so what I'm going to do is, like I said, we're going to sweat these celery in just a second. And I don't know if you can hear, but it's sizzling. So anyway, there it is. All right. So anyway, so that's it. So we're going to start right there. I think I also have some cilantro. I just throw it in there, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to throw in some broccoli too. What the heck? But that'll come in later. So anyway, so what I'm starting out with is I have this, this whole thing of veggies here. And I'm just going to put it in the crock pot and then sweat it. So I'm going to have you hold this for a second. Moses.
Yep.
Yeah, just for a second.
Yeah. Green.
Use 2 hands.
I got it.
Okay. Thank you. Just so we don't have a situation. Okay.
Granny's reading Chinese, which.
Oh, Chinese sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so we'll see. So this is this old crock pot that I got from like I don't even know what year this is. This thing is old. It's a Nesco full cooking. It way up. All right. May have that. I'm just going to sweat these veggies in here and they're just going to pour them in. And then what you do is you just cook down a little bit of the onions so they're not so smelly. And I just put as many as I can in there. All right. There you go. And I'm just going to, and this is the juice from the chicken that's inside. So I'm just going to sweat these down a little bit more. And I may have put a few more carrots in there. Keep cutting up. And then once that's done, you put a little bit of flour in there to sort of start the gravy process. So anyway, I'm just going to throw those more in there. Little extra pieces there. Let this go. So this has been on like 400 for a little bit. So it's really heating up nicely. So anyway. All right, so let's let that go. 350. So then the other thing is for the juice, what we're going to do is we're going to add some chicken broth if you need it. And then I have half and half. It's weird. So we're doing a weird thing. There's a camera again. Yeah, we lost it for a second. But anyway, there we go. So we're there. So right now everything's cooking. I'm going to just sweat this down a little bit more. And I'll probably do this for about 5 minutes. And then we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to keep reading the chat. There's Arnie. Good to see you. Everybody's saying hello. Nice. And Nightbot seems to be working. Okay. Yes. And there's Lydia. Good to see you. Nice. And hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. So I'm going to go see here. I'm going to go flip over to the other side. So anyway, I got some information in the oh my goodness, in the description. There's going to be a lot of information about, I put like 1,000 things in there. The one thing that I wanted to talk about is, and I hate to talk about when we're talking about food, but this past week there was a recall on the cantaloupe. Because there was like a salmonella outbreak with cantaloupe. So certain states, but I put a link to the description in the description, and maybe we'll look at that later if we have time. But I just sort of want to, have you guys just check the recall list, and every now and again, you get these weird products, not weird products, but sometimes you get weird products that get recalled. But also you just want to check, even for like a lot of like lettuce and spinach and things like that. There's been salmonella recalls on all of those things. So just something to keep in mind. Yep. And then I have, my usual rant about the high fructose corn syrup. Oh, hey, we got Purple Crochet and more with Drini. Hey, Drini, good to see you. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. So I just want to, talk a little bit about that. And let's see. Yeah. And there's Sandrine. Okay. Oh, okay. And Artie's dropping his link. Okay. Cool. Yes. Everybody's saying hi. So anyway, anybody have any good plans for the weekend? I know we have no plans as usual. I think we're going to a little bit of a toy show, right? That's about it. Yeah. Is that it? All right. So I'm going to let this go a little bit more, but it's going. Now, of course, now that I wanted to go fast, it slowed down. All right. So let's let that go just a little bit more. Yeah, let's see. And what else can we talk about while we're waiting for that to go? Just a little bit more. So, Katrina, what's your specialty with the dumplings? Like, do you do the? So anyway, there's two types of dumplings. There's dumplings where you roll them out, and then the other ones are the ones where they call them drop dumplings, which I'm going to do because drop is a lot easier. It's you just kind of take a spoon and go bloop, and then you just let it cook in there, and that's what I'm going to do. Because otherwise, I do bake and I do roll things out, but I'd rather, not do that in the meantime. But let's see. Oh, you got some pet food that was recalled. Interesting, Arnie. Do you know any brands or type of dog food, pet food? Do you know if it's dog or cat? That's a good question. But anyway, the one place that you can always check is the USDA. And I have a link to that in the description for you guys. So, but anyway, we'll continue. I'll see if maybe I can find it in a little bit. Okay. Let me close this window here. Now, why is this playing? It's funny. So anyway, I wanted to go to Katrina's channel real quick while we're talking. Katrina's been a real good supporter of my channel. What's going on?
Dave's in the house.
Oh, Dave.
Is it Friday again already?
It is Friday again. I know.
It snuck up on you, Dave.
I feel like we just saw you. I feel like this was last week. Like it's starting to become, what's that called? Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
This is This is what it's starting to feel like. Yes. But anyway, I'm gonna do this real quick. Let me see if it'll let me share. Fingers crossed. All right, there we go. So anyway, I just want to do a little shout out to Katrina's. I always have to read you because you have a new name. Now, can you see that? This on the screen?
Nothing yet.
Let me see. Hopefully it's there. Nope. Oh, there it is. I got to add it in. All right, here we go. So let me change. I'm going to do this. Anyway, there's Katrina's. Now, of course, I'm blocking you. I hate to mess with the screen, but anyway, there's Katrina's Crochet Hook and Loops. And thank you so much, Katrina, for gifting all of the memberships that you did a couple weeks ago, which is awesome. So anyway, so I'm just giving you a special shout out and thank you so much. Peace and blessings, everyone in the chat. That's what Samoan Watchman. Good to see you. And then, so anyway, so shout out to Katrina, even though we're sort of hiding her face, but there's her channel there. And her link should be dropping somewhere in Nightbot land. All right, so let me take that one out. But anyway, there it is. Okay, that's a better shot. All right, there we go. Yeah, there's Katrina's channel. So anyway, check out Katrina for crochet tutorials and things like that. So bam, there it is. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm still playing this restream. I'm trying to be creative, but it's hard because it's so much different than StreamYard. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. So thank you so much, Katrina. And all right, so I'm going to take that off there. And we'll stop sharing that one. But that's awesome. At least it worked. Yes. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah, that's a better shot. So anyway, so this is almost softened. So you just want those onions to cook through a little bit so they're not so strong with with the smell. All right. So there we go. All right. So yes, like I said, I'm doing the drop dumpling. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So now we did that. We added the chicken. We got this. We got the onions. Yep. We got that. Got to put a little chicken broth in there. Okay. And this is where you add the Worcestershire sauce. So I'm going to put a little chicken broth in there. Can you still see that, Moses?
No. Yeah, no.
Okay. As long as you can see it. So I'm putting the chicken broth in. Yeah, I just need you to tell me if you can't see.
No,
yeah, if you're having trouble seeing, then that's good. Okay, so there's a chicken broth. Let me put a little more in there. I'll let that heat up a little bit. Chicken broth is in there. All right, now I'm going to replace the chicken. And I'm going to put a little bit of broccoli in there too. Just for, because broccoli cooks pretty fast in the crock pot. So, and this crock pot is kicking out so much heat. I'm hoping that I don't kill my camera. It is very, very warm. It's about 400 and some degrees. So I'm going to put some broccoli in there just for some extra superfood energy. All right. So there we go. That's beautiful. Okay. So I'm just going to let that heat up a little bit. Keep that going. Okay. All right. There we go. Ooh, this smells pretty good. Now, the only thing I forgot to do was you grab the half and half and the flour. Gonna get a little more flour. Okay. All right, so chicken broth. I'm gonna leave that over here. Yes. And I'm gonna just do a little bit of, just for a little bit of thickening. I should have put this in first, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to stir that in there. I whisk a little bit in there. So just a little bit for thickening. All right, there we go. Yes. Ooh, this smells really nice. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna make the dumplings. So I'm just gonna let that continue. And then this is so good. And then what this is doing is it's getting all the scrapings off the bottom of the pan. So you're gonna get all that flavor in there. Okay. All right, this looks good. All right now. So I'm going to put the Worcestershire sauce in there. I'm not sure how much they say to put in there. I'm just going to put a couple splashes. There we go. Splashes for flavor. Mix that in there. Now, some of the recipes say you want a little bit of rosemary. So I'm just going to do them all. They say take this thing off. I'm going to put a little bit of rosemary in there. And hopefully this will start to boil through some more. They say parsley, so I'm just going to keep going. A little parsley. They say sage. I'm going to put just a little shake of sage in here. I don't want to overdo it. Sage can be pretty strong, so I'm just going to put a little sage in there. Then they say basil. So I'm just doing it all. So when you have dry ingredients or dry seasoning, it's actually, you really should put more. But what you can always do is just taste a little salt and pepper. So I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to let this heat through a little bit more. And hopefully it'll be boiling. Not boiling, but it'll get going in a few seconds. All right, so let's see how that goes. Keep mixing. That's really good. All right. Oh yeah, you can hear the sizzle. Yeah, it's really going. Nice. All right. So let's see. I'm going to go back to the chat real quick while that goes for a minute. And I'm doing it, guys. Getting serious with sugar. You are? Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, I understand. I feel your pain. That's good, Simone Watchman. You like the Worcestershire? And did I miss any other comments? Because it's funny. I stopped moving. Moses, other than underneath Simone Watchman? Nope. Okay, good. Excellent. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. But anyway, we're going to keep going. Keep going. All right. So then the next step is, I'm so glad I finally got that thing with what do you have to?
Joy says she always thinks of Simon and Garfunkel when she watches you.
Oh, why? Because I do weird. Everything's a song. Well, yeah.
Okay, sure.
No, but that's what happens. Like, it's funny. So anyway, so right now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to let that boil through. Yeah, it's funny. Like every time it slows down, I'm like, come on. Come on, you little turkey. Yeah, it's like, but anyway, I guess let me do this. I'll put the chicken back in. So anyway, so here's the chicken. So I'm going to put it back in, but I cooked this just right before the end of Granny D's. And I'm just going to throw this back in so some of the flavors can get on there. And what I did was I seasoned this heavily with like onion, garlic, just salt and pepper, just to give it some nice flavor. And I seared this one in olive oil. So there's a little bit of olive oil taste in there. So anyway, so I'm just going to put all that in there. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. And then we'll let that warm up. And I'm going to just get on the dumplings now. Let me take a look at the chat. How are we doing? And hopefully I'm not confusing everybody. Parsley, sage, rosemary. Oh, that's right. I forgot that song. Yes. Yes.
Are you a super sticker or super chat?
Oh, darn it. I can't see it, which is terrible. But thank you. Oh, or maybe my chat is moving slow. Ooh, but thank you, Arnie. So let's see. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And I don't know the rest of the words, but I remember that. Anyway.
Thank you, Arnie.
Yes. Wait. Oh, here we go. I got a new song now. I was thinking about this last night. So, you are my friend. Let's see. Now I had all the words in my head last night. I'll have to look this one up. I'll hook you up, Artie. I've been looking around and you were here all the time. That's it. It's Patti LaBelle. And that's the part that I was saying, oh, that's a good friend song. But anyway, I have to look up all the words.
Words is in. Hola.
Oh, hola. Oh, yes, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And you can tell, like, there's all these seasonings in here. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I was going to throw some cilantro. Maybe I won't. That might be overkill. What do you think? Cilantro? That's what that is in front of me right there. There's cilantro right there in that little bag. It's hard to see, but there it is. But I'm like, I don't know. I really have overdone it. But I do like that song, Hand Pink Waving. And let's see. But thank you. Oh, there it is. Oh, the super sticker doesn't highlight in Restream. Oh, okay. So it's Sheba Dog saying good job while raising his thumb up. Thank you so much, Arnie. Okay, I can show you. I can put this on. Yeah, this is weird. Okay. Let me see if it'll let me put it on the screen, will you? Let me see. Will it let me show it? Come on. Come on, come on. Hopefully it's there. Yeah, you can't see it. I'm telling you. Let's see. But there it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's not letting me show it. Oh, undo. I hit the wrong button. Oh, no. There it is. That's cool. But thank you so much, Arnie. But I'll have to fix that song for you. All right. So it's boiling through. I'm trying to get these seasonings kind of working through there. Because every time you use dry stuff, it's very, very bland. You know, it's bland unless you use a lot. So I'm just gonna do a little. I'm gonna do a little taste just to make sure it's not completely bland. I might need to put a little salt in there. So let me see. Oh, it's good. Oh my goodness, that's delicious. Oh wow. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it's very good. I can't believe it. Yeah, some days it's so good. Oh my gosh. So this was perfect. I think I was playing around with it a little bit, but it worked out great. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So anyway, I'm letting that warm through, and then we'll get on the dumplings. But anyway, so the dumplings, what you use is like 2 cups of flour, some baking powder, some little bit of baking soda, and then you just little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So I'm gonna do that, the garlic powder now. And I'm putting a little bit of seasoned salt just for flavor. So I'm just throwing that in here. Seasoned salt. I'm just gonna let this thing keep going. Woo! It's warm. Garlic powder. Garlic powder. But yeah, I think the Worcestershire sauce was it Worcestershire? That was the best. That was so the best. So anyways, I'm putting some garlic powder in there. All right. Oh, this is a winner. Okay. Very happy. Yep, yep. It's going. So anyway, so like I said, I would suggest if you have a some of the crock pots cook really fast and some cook really slow. And this one can really cook fast if you put it around 350, 375. Because this can go up to 500 degrees. So this is an oldie but goodie. I don't know if the new crock pots do that. Does anybody know? If you've seen that. But anyway. All right. So I'm just going to let this guy go. I'm going to push him back a little bit. But I put a little, where's that butter? Is it over there? The butter? Oh, here we go. Here, I'll put it here. Yep. Here's the melted butter. So here's a little bit of melted butter. I'm going to put this in. And it's going to be in the dumplings for a little bit of flavor. So anyway, so here we go. Let's see how this goes. So anyway, here are the dumplings. I think you can see them. Yep. Have a pretty good shot. So I put a little, I'm going to put a little salt, a little pepper in there. Put some pepper. Just going to add some to the flour. So you really want to season the flour. You want to season the meat. And that's the way that I sort of keep everything supposedly tasting seasoned. At least that's my plan. But anyway, there it is. All right. So now, yeah, and that's warming up. That's good. Very good. Okay, it's starting to boil. So here we go. Let me just check the last thing here. So I have to add the melted butter and the milk. But we got everything here. Yeah, this is good. Now some of the recipes say to include sugar. So I'm skipping that because we're trying to be somewhat healthy. And then I'm just going to add the half and half. And this is it here. Let me just see how this looks. And yep. All right. We're looking good. Go back to the chat. Make sure I'm checking. So I'm just adding the half and half here. Just a little bit here. Just going to add a little bit. And they say you should just a little bit at a time. And you're just kind of stirring it in. But I put the melted butter, all that. And then whatever seasonings you like.
Drizzle.
Oh, Drizzle. Hey.
True.
He made a lot of soup. How's your belly? He's probably like going to explode. And you try not to overwork the dough Now this is where I always go wrong. I'm trying not to overwork the dough, but we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed that I don't kill the dough, but we'll see. Just put a little pinch of that in there. Okay. And I'm just going to mix it. How are you doing, Drew? Let's see. Peace and something. Oh, they don't say what type of pet food. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a bummer. Because you never know. I'm going to put a little bit of chicken broth in here too, just for a little bit of flavor. Although this chicken broth is kind of, I would say cheap, but this is like a store brand. And there's no salt in here, so that's not going to be any fun. Yeah. I'm going to put a little bit in there, and hopefully this will be the right consistency. So we'll see. Yeah, I haven't done dumplings in so long. But it's sort of a dumpling is the way they describe it is it's like a biscuit dough. And it's very, very similar. Okay. So anyway, so there it is. I think that's it. I'm going to put just a little more. So I did like a little more than half a recipe here. But this is perfect. And then what you do is you cook these for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to put one more little splash in there of the half and half. And hopefully these taste good. So we'll see. Yeah, now my grandmother, I can't remember if she did. She made this like once because she said, I hate dumplings. Ah, you know, that was not her thing. So anyway, but this looks pretty good. So anyway, I don't know if you can see the consistency there. Try to bring it a little closer, but it's looking pretty good. Yeah, you have it's like it's firm but yet soft. And you sort of drop them in, and that's how you do a drop. I might just put just a little more liquid, just one more little splash, just to keep from. I don't want this to be too. I want a little bit more give in there. Let's see. Drew saying hi to everybody. Cool. And let's see. What did Maritza say? I just lost Maritza's thing. She said something.
Drop.
Oh, drop. Okay. Yeah, you have to type Kelli and to drop your link. And Nightbot should drop your link. Hopefully it'll work. I just can't see it. I can only see half that screen there. But anyway, so I'm going to drop these in. Literally, drop. That's ironic. So anyway, so this is what you do. You just drop them in. And you try to make them somewhat the same size so that they cook. And you just use the juices in the pan. And Drew's saying howdy. See, you need to come up and talk about that soup you made. Drew showed me a picture of the soup. He made chicken soup last night, and it looked so good. And I was pretty impressed. I said, Drew's a good eater and a good cook. He's not a bad cook. I'm like, I wish he was closer because I would have him come up here and hook us up.
Movie show that Drew was in.
Oh, hey, Cindy, how are you? So anyway, so these are the dumplings. So anyway, we're just gonna let this go, but it tastes really good. I just tasted it just a little bit, and this is what you have to do. You have to sort of take a taste of whatever you're making, because you might find that you might need more salt, more whatever, you know what I mean, or less or whatever. Yeah, so you just want to make sure you just get enough. And I think that's it. So we have some dumplings there. All right. So those look pretty good. All right. Stop right there. Put a little bit there. Okay, so put that in the sink. And I think we are. So what you do with the dumpling is you cover them. This is what I'm doing right now. And you just let them cook for 15 minutes. Let's keep an eye. So it's 6:38 according to my time, or 6:39, 37. Mm-hmm. Oh no, my watch says 6:39. Our clocks are a little off, just by like a minute or so. Mm-hmm. But in about 15 minutes, 6:40, about 6:50, 6:55. We'll do 6:55. We'll check it out. All right, so let's see how it goes, and then we're good to go. So I'm going to hand you these. We'll put these back in the fridge. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And then I'll switch over to myself, and we're done. I love this. See, this is the stuff that I love, because then it's finished, you know. Oops, let me put that under there. But this will be really easy But anyway, I'm not going to uncover it, but I'm just going to make sure that I have. And let me just pull it. Actually, you want to put this back in the fridge. This one. Yeah, put that in. Okay, sweet. And we're good. And now I can look at the chat, and I got to find the lyrics to that song. Yes. Okay. So here we go. All right. So let's go to the chat. We got Cindy. Oh, you have to go. Okay, Cindy. Well, thanks for coming. And then there's some of the members links that are dropping. And then, like I said, if you want to drop your link, just type Kelli. And like I said, I always like to say thank you to the people who, have joined the channel. You don't have to, but the fact that you support the channel in an extra way is very appreciated. Yes. And there's Ola Joe. Hey, good to see you. Awesome. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'll change positions here. So anyway, so we got everything cooking. I'm gonna let it stay covered, but they say not to uncover it for about 15 minutes. So in about 10 minutes, we'll switch it over, and then I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna switch this over. See if this will work. There you go. So it's still cooking. So anyway, I'm back. So but that's it. So that's chicken and dumplings. It took me longer to talk through it than to actually do it. Which is crazy, right? So anyway, but that's kind of what happens. Yeah. All right. So, but anyway, one thing I will show you. And yeah, good to see you. Everyone's saying hello. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you all for coming, really. Like I said, you can be anywhere, but the fact that you come and hang out over at the I Bring It Every Day land is awesome. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to share my screen, and I'll show you this thing I'm trying to think of a good way to show this thing with the cantaloupes. But this was actually, I took this from the Weather Channel. So the Weather Channel got this report of this salmonella outbreak. It was the 29th of November. And I said, oh man, so I'm always on the lookout for things kind of like that, just to let you guys know. It's always like food safety. Food safety is really, really important. And you have to make sure that you try to be as clean as you can, keep your hands clean, keep your, work area clean. When you're dealing with meat, you don't want to cross contaminate meat with other things. So I started using these cutting boards, from the Dollar Tree that are little plastic ones. So I'll put the meat on one, throw it in the sink, get another one, do a veggie over there, do another one. And always, whenever you're working with meat, you want to make sure that you thoroughly clean the sink out, either with a cleanser or some kind of a bleach compound to get all those bacteria out of there. So yeah, you got to be really careful. So anyway, things like that. But let me see. Hopefully they don't shut my stream down. But I'm going to see if I can show this because it's a quick little thing. And it talks a little bit just about, let me see if I can do this here. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to share this. And let's see. Okay. So make this big. Add you to the screen. There it is. Now let me see if I can move this over. Move this over. I can't move that over. Let me try this. Let's see if we can do this. But there it is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to play this. Hopefully this will play. But anyway, there is a recall. Let me just see. Does that work? Will this let me play it? Okay, here it is. So recent reports reveal a worrying salmonella outbreak linked to cantaloupes in multiple states. Government health officials urge consumers to avoid certain brands as cases rapidly increase. And here's what you need to know. So let's see if this will let me play. And it may not, but let's see. Turn that up.
Take on the day.
Commercial.
With Tulse up to 90.
I'm going to mute that for a second. And then let's see if it'll let me skip 22 seconds. Yeah. But I want you to see this thing. So they're saying that over 100 people got sick in 32 states on these cantaloupe. And this is why I'm bringing this to your attention. But anyway, here goes. Hang on just a second. They may not like this, but here goes. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Where's the volume? Oh, here we go.
This comes after a startling salmonella outbreak with nearly 100 people falling ill across 32 states. 2 people have died of the infections. The outbreak has been particularly severe in Arizona, Missouri, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Ohio, though affected cantaloupes may be found nationwide. A number of companies have been compelled to recall their products, including Melichita Vineyard, Aldi, Rudy, Freshness Guaranteed, and Racetrack brands. Photos of affected brands and products are available on usda.gov. With the number of infections more than double this week, health officials are urging caution. If you can't tell if your cantaloupe is affected by the recall, the official advice is throw it out.
Okay, that's it. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure you guys see that. So Wisconsin. So I know Arnie's in Wisconsin, and else is in that area. But anyway, so just something that you might want to know. So anyway, there's that. So Jay Jordan, hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for sharing. And Jay Jordan saying hi to everybody. Okay. So anyway, so that's just one thing that, like I said, I'm always trying to talk about, food safety and things like that. So, but anyway, but thank you so much for coming. Yes. Oh, you're tossing yours out. Okay. Good. And I'm glad that I saw that, because it was funny. It came up right after Thanksgiving. And I said, oh, usually I try to look, but like the last couple of weeks, it's been kind of hectic in my life. So glad you didn't cut it up yet. Okay, Ernie, see? But anyway, this is still going. I'm going to have to I'm going to do the bad thing and look, but I'm going to show you what this thing looks like as it's going. So the dumplings might be just about done. Let's see. Oh, I still have about 10 minutes, 8 minutes, but I'm just going to show you the steam. But oh, look at that. There's the dumplings. They look pretty good. Yeah, they're going. Yep. So I'm just going to check them in a few seconds. Let me turn this down just a little bit. But anyway, there's the dumplings. They look pretty good. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's a lot of states, and I'm in Ohio. Okay, good, Nana Michelle. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I just, yeah. And the thing was, I started to buy one, I guess it was last week or the week before, and then I said, we haven't been eating a whole lot of food. Like, I don't know what we're doing, but we're just, we've just been kind of eating like random stuff and not real meals, not as many as I would like, So anyway, that's just one of those things. Yeah, I just happened to see that and I just went, oh no, because I eat a lot of fruit, for sure. Yeah. So anyway, well, let me just see. I'm gonna test one of these real quick. They're looking pretty brown. So I'm starting to wonder if these might be done. So I'm just going to take a quick look. I might just turn these over. Oh, yeah. That looks good. Nope, I'm going to just let it go. Okay. Yeah, so you're supposed to steam these through. And I still have a lot of liquid. That's good. Yeah, that's the main thing. You just want to make sure you have enough liquid so that during the 15 minutes while they're cooking, they look good. But yeah, so you see those are looking pretty nice. And they, the juice tasted pretty good. I took just a little taste to check the seasoning. Yeah. Now you want some. Okay. Nana Michelle, that's awesome. Yes. So anyway, so there's that. So I'm glad I was able to at least show you a little bit about that. And then let me go over to this other thing. Yeah, we said hey to let's see, Katrina. Let me just see. I got some more. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to this one here too. Let's see, cancel. I want to go here. I want to open this other thing that I saw a couple weeks ago that I just like to sort of remind people about this. And this, and I'll share this with you while that's still going. We still have a few more minutes. And they're talking about the kitchen sink. And this was like eye-opening for me also. Drew down under hello. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, good day from Australia. Hey, Drew's Adventures. Good to see you. The other Drew. We have two Drews here. That's nice. Hello, welcome. Good day. And what time is it there? I'm wondering. But anyway, good to see you. You guys come on so late that I never make it, or so early. I guess it's early, like 2 or 3 in the morning my time. So I never make it, but I do try to keep an eyeball open. Every now and again, I'm in there lurking. But that's cool. Oh, it's 10:20 Saturday morning. All right. Oh, if anybody feels brave, oh boy, there's a time command. And I can't remember if you just type time in Nightbot, if it tells you what time it is. I hope I programmed it right. I may not have. Oh, that's hysterical. So welcome from the future, Drew's Adventures. And you're listening. Oh, you're cleaning? Okay, you can come over, Lydia, when you're done. Okay, but let me show you this other thing here. I'm going to share this one. And just a little reminder of this one. Okay, let me see if it's going. Okay, let me add you in. Okay, here we go. So here's the kitchen sink. I'm going to see. I may have to oh, there we go. So there's the kitchen sink there. They talk about, let me see if I can't remember if I was supposed to do it this way to move it over. Okay, there it is. Okay. So anyway, there's the kitchen sink. So they say, let me go over. They say that we use the kitchen sink for food preparation, rinsing produce, cleaning pots and pans, washing utensils that touch raw meat, and more. With these activities come the possibility of foodborne illness causing bacteria to hang out in the sink. And it says if proper food preparation safety steps are not followed, these bacteria could cross-contaminate your food and make you sick. So what's weird is they said, and let me see if I can make this bigger. Oh, yeah, this is better. You can probably see this now. So people that prepared a breakfast meal with raw sausage, eggs, and fruit salad made with cantaloupe they cut up. Among the surfaces they tested, the most often contaminated after they finished preparing their meal was the kitchen sink, with 34% of the sinks being contaminated. And then they said, and even scarier, 26% of the samples of the cut up cantaloupe from the fruit were contaminated after breakfast prep. Boy, a lot with cantaloupe today, isn't it? So this is what you do. So they say use clean, warm, soapy water to wash the sink, wipe it clean with single-use paper towels, and sanitize using a sanitizer and let it air dry. And when they say a sanitizer, you can just use a tablespoon of liquid chlorine bleach per water and use that with wiping, when you wipe the sink. So anyway, so there's that. Yeah. So just a little reminder. And I wish I had done this again before Thanksgiving, because a lot of people were working with poultry and things like that. But anyway, let me stop sharing that one. There's that. So anyway, just some things to think about. Now, let's see if I can go over here. Okay, that's a little better. There we go. Like that better. All right, so now I'm gonna we got like 2 minutes according to this one clock. But I think these are done. Yeah. Oh, these look good. And I just want to make sure they're cooked all the way through. That one's a little bit thick. I'm just going to give this a few more seconds. But I'm just letting those steam. But those are the dumplings. So that's the chicken and dumplings. And yeah. So hopefully that's got you guys thinking more. And like I said, it took me longer to talk about it than to actually make it. So there's that. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, Lydia's temperature. Yeah, isn't that crazy? They've had the worst weather, in my opinion, in Nebraska. It's been like it was like 105, 101 all summer long, and then they got snow and whatever else the other day. Oh, cantaloupes are called rock melons in Australia. Ha ha. Ooh. Yes. Yeah, the kitchen sinks are icky. Yes. Yeah, so, and I always like the thing that drives me crazy, a lot of people in my house don't scrape the plate. So then the sink gets full of gunk and then it gets like yucky. Yeah. And then, I'm constantly in there. Like I love Comet Cleanser. Like I'm in there with that. I mean, it's not good if you have a septic system, but sometimes you have to just break out the bleach. But you have to be very, very careful with bleach because it can make there's a little bit of fumes involved. But it's a good cheap way to sanitize things. Yeah. So there's that. But anyway, I think this is done. I can't believe it. I lost Moses. He's gone. He's the one that normally eats this stuff. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, you agree. Oh, thank you. Oh, he's famous on YouTube. Oh, the dummy who mixes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, Samoan. There's even one that's worse. There's a lady who. Oh, hey, Miss T with the T. There's a lady that made mac and cheese in the sink. And it was the most disgusting thing I ever saw. And she used like Velveeta, which I just have this thing for Velveeta. It just makes me bleh. Like I just hate the whole consistency because it's like fake cheese. Like I like real cheese. So I'll use cheddar and, Parmesan and mozzarella, and I'll use all these fancy cheeses. And sometimes, but when I see Velveeta, it just, gives me the, but she was in there with her hands, like working this mac and cheese in the sink. And she got so many negative comments. It was funny. But the spaghetti, wow, in the sink, that's crazy. Wow. So he's famous on YouTube. That's hilarious. And Barkeeper's Friend, yes, is a good cleaner that doesn't smell as bad as Comet. That's correct. Yeah, and I think it's safe because I think it has some kind of I don't know if it's mica, some kind of natural occurring ingredient that's in the earth. It's some kind of a stone that they grind up, and it's not there's no bleach or any kind of weird chemicals in that bartender's keeper. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, good to see you, Miss T with the T. That sounds like a recipe for sickness. I love it. Yeah, I saw that, Kelli, mixing stuff in the sink. Yeah, it was it was so gross. And she was like, "Oh, this is going to be great." And I'm just thinking, I'm thinking bacteria, like right and left. But anyway, there it is. One more time. Look at did you see you see the steam? I'm going to take that off there. But anyway, there's the steam. So I think this is done. I'm going to turn it off and turn it way down, actually. I'm going to put this down to 200. But anyway, there are the dumplings. So these are the drop dumplings. I don't do the rolled dumplings. I could have done the rolled dumplings, but today I didn't feel like I'm just gonna be honest. But Miss T, welcome in and thank you for coming in. Yeah. So anyway, so that's it. And let me just see. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. It's nice and soft. It's like firm on the outside, but it's soft on the inside. But it's done. And that's beautiful. Yep. And so, you can, and there's a little bit of, I won't say it's gravy. It's not as thick as, as it could be, but it's definitely in here. And, here's a carrot. That looks pretty good. Here's the carrot. Let me see if I can get in there. That carrot's looking pretty good. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll plate this. And then what I'll do is oh, it looks delicious. Thank you. Bless you. Hey, Mr. Moses. Do you want to eat this? He went to the living room. He's gone. Yes. So Miss T with the T. So what are you up to? Anything tonight? Are you doing anything tonight? Or anybody doing anything? I heard that there were a couple of live streams that were coming on. So I was just like, oh no. At the same time. But that's usually what happens. Anyway, let me see. All right. So Arnie, I promised you. Let me see if I can find this. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find this now. Hopefully, if I can find the lyrics. Moses, are you want something to eat? Yeah, he's burned out for the day.
What's up?
Are you hungry?
No, not right now.
Okay, can I borrow you just to get a bowl?
Yeah, sure.
But not brown or white.
Fine. Down to dark blue, green, and
Something like that.
okay.
Oh, I forget how this goes.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Darn it. I cannot remember.
Hello.
I cannot remember how this song goes. Oh, Arnie, I was trying to get you a new song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this look good, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, wow.
They
All right.
They puffed.
They did puff. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I there's like a part of this song I cannot get in my brain. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I don't like. Okay, I'll have to prepare this for next time, but I'll do. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would be, and the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Okay, thank you, Ernie. So anyway, Ernie gave me a super sticker earlier. I was trying to get a new song, but that was not happening. All right, but anyway, let me do a little gravy, and then I'll plate it for you. But there it is. So this is the let me get a little closer. But this is the chicken and dumplings. So there it is. And it's done. And that took under an hour. Was it an hour? Yeah, like because I started about 20 of 6. And like I said, I spent more time talking than I actually did cooking. So there's Laura. Hey, Laura's Block Ministries. Good to see you. Yes. Oh, you like that song? Yeah, that's Golden Girls. That's one of my favorite. I haven't seen that show in a while, but I used to watch that a lot. But anyway, I just noticed that Friends songs are really weird. Like the ones that I can think of. I was trying to think of other Friends songs, but there's one by Patti LaBelle, but I just cannot remember the melody of it. And but I like the words better. But I just realized I cannot think of what the song is. So, but anyway, I'll just hold it there. But there it is. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for coming. Now, if anybody, what I'll do is I'll drop the link. If anybody wants to talk for a few minutes, we can talk about food, and then if not, we can dip off, and you can go on with your day. But I'll drop the link real quick. Let's see. Do I know how to do this? Okay. Okay. Copy. Yes. Okay. Here we go. But anyway, yeah, that kitchen sink thing is weird, though. It is weird. But, and like I said, what we're trying to do, too, is we're also trying to, eat a little better. I'm not saying you have to be like a perfect eater. But what you want to do is you want to try your best to choose, the healthiest things that you can. And in the area, like I said, my story, I keep saying the same thing over and over again. But I always say, we moved from the city to the country, and what we found was that a lot of the food was so much better because, it was a little bit closer to the farms and things like that. And we really did the best that we could to go to the flea markets, to go to the farm. The flea market, the farmers markets are kind of, neck and neck. And what they do is, we have a couple of small farmers that do sell their wares, and there was a really nice and I really wish I had done it on one of my. I forgot to do this just in case there aren't any scary people out there. I forgot to do this earlier. It had this beautiful celery that was just gorgeous, and it had this huge flowers on it and things like that. And he really, he just made me like think about food, But anyway, let's see. I think this is it here. I'm going to put this here. Hopefully that works. And if anybody's interested in popping up for a couple seconds. But anyway, yeah, the farmers markets, the meat is really good. The veggies are good. And, it's great. Like we really have enjoyed it. And we've been eating a lot more vegetables than we did before. And definitely fruit and things like that. So it's been kind of a couple of good things. So we've been really, it's been really good for us. And so we've gotten a much better, and I've even forced like my in-laws to eat veggies. Like they're not veggie people. And I said, you got to eat some veggies, and I remember, like the one thing, even though it's not really a vegetable, but corn, usually in the summertime, you can get sweet corn. and it's very, very good. And especially, and everybody around here grows corn, and I'm sure out in the Midwest you see more of that. But you can always get good corn. You can always get good, um, especially like the last few weeks. The Brussels sprouts were really good. Cabbage, I got some bok choy and just regular green cabbage. And if you go back, maybe not my last flea market run, but the one before, the food was just amazing. And I just kind of went in there and I was just sort of just videoing food, just like fruit and veggies. And, they had cantaloupes and things like that. Oh, we got Daphne. Hey, we got Daphne. We got, Barry, Storms, Radios, and Cats. Good to see you. And you're bad with veggies except broccoli. I love that. Okay. Good, Drew. Not keen on lettuce. Soggy green water. So let me tell you about lettuce. So my opinion is romaine is the best one for a little bit of flavor. It's got a good crunch. And, the best thing with lettuce is you wash it, throw it in a bowl, let it drain, and then throw it in the refrigerator just for like an hour or 20 minutes or whatever. And when you take it out, it's much more crunchy. But like iceberg lettuce is trash, in my opinion. And why I say trash, it has no nutritional value. If you look, I put a link in the description. I have a link to the USDA nutrition website. And if you can plug in any food in that website, and it will tell you, like they had scientists break down how many grams of protein, sugar, whatever the food contains. And iceberg lettuce has nothing. It has almost nothing. But if you compare iceberg lettuce to romaine, you'll see a lot more nutrients. And so, I would say just mix it. So you can mix a little bit of iceberg, you can mix a little bit of romaine with something else, or endive. You can put kale, spinach in your salad. If you mix it all together, you do get a little more nutrition and you get a little more taste. So that's good. Yes, it's the lowest grade green on the planet. That's correct. Yeah. And I can't believe we were sold on that for years. Iceberg lettuce. Remember that? That's the only thing you could get. And sometimes you could get like the leaf lettuce, like there's a red leaf lettuce and a green leaf lettuce. And those are actually pretty good, but they don't last as long. So you really have to eat them, within a week or so, depending on your refrigerator. And you have to wrap them. But you have to, you'll try and find romaine. Yeah, it's good. That's true. Iceberg is everywhere. That's correct. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. It's only good for fiber, LOL. Right. That's correct, Barry. Yep. So take a look at some of those things. And then let's see. One other thing I wanted to share. But anyway, I have all these, crazy links in the description. And if you really want to get into some food information, like I'm always thinking about it. Just like I'm trying to make more conscious choices about what I'm putting in here. And so the biggest thing too that, and I hate to keep talking about all these subjects, but just something to think about is a lot of the processed food. A lot of there are no nutrients in a lot of processed food. And that includes, you name it, anything that comes out of a box. And if you see more than 3 or 4 ingredients on the back of a box, it's not good for you. So, so it's better to, instead of buying the chicken nuggets pre-made, you make your own. All you have to do is get chicken breast, cut it into pieces like you see, at some of the restaurants, bread them if you want, or just sear them, stir fry them in a pan and season them the way you like them. And then that's better for you than having like a processed chicken nugget, something like that. That's just an example of one. Or salads, you can do those yourself. And the one thing that you have to really be careful of, and this happened to me, and I put a little short about it about a month ago or two. I bought a bag of kale, and sometimes I just because usually what happens is, when you go to the stores, you get these big old heads of whatever it is, and it's way too much because there's only 2 of us here. And I bought a bag of kale just because it looked pretty good. And I was so glad that I washed it because it was supposedly pre-washed, right? So I took the bag of kale out and I said, well, let me just get a colander, and I threw it in there to wash it. And I found a big fly. It was like a horse fly. It was this fly was like 6'5". It was huge. And I said, oh my gosh, I almost just threw that in a like, if if you didn't think to wash it, you wouldn't have found that insect in there. So I mean, those are just some of the things, because there's bag spinach, bag kale, bag lettuce, so just be mindful that you have to kind of sort through all that. So be careful. Yep. Oh, hey, Maura. Good to see you. Oh, you're late with the squirrel. Oh, you're fine. So many things going on. Yes. Oh, congratulations. Maura just got monetized. Yep. Let's see. Yep. She got the first level. So that's good. Got to get ready for the next level. Only 1,000 more hours to go. I'm kidding. But yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? Yeah, but that's good. That's awesome. And thanks for coming. So anyway, so like I said, there's all these things we got to think about. Yeah, giant flies are everywhere. Oh yeah, okay, Drew, you got to tell me what is going on with the kangaroos in Australia, because we are seeing like these crazy videos of these kangaroos beating everybody up. Like, what's going on, and why are they so angry? That's what I want to know. Like, why are the kangaroos so angry? I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. Okay, and Daphne said she washes them because you never know. Yeah, she washed her food. Yeah. And and it's funny because like I talked to other people and they said, "You're supposed to wash that?" I went, "Well, they say it's pre-washed, but I found something, pretty large in there. Oh, 800 hours and about 400 more family members. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Okay, Maura, that's awesome. Yeah. So anyway, so go check out Maura. And also check out Daphne. Daphne, you've been doing a lot of lives. I was checking you out today. I was in the background. I couldn't really type, but yeah, I sort of watch a lot of people along the way. Ah, the kangaroos, roos for short. They are full on. Yes, they are chill unless you get too close or surprise them. Then it's like, look out. Yeah, some guy. I saw this. Okay, I keep talking about this video, but this guy, this kangaroo was beating up his dog, was assaulting his dog and trying to, you know, and I couldn't believe it. And the guy tried to fight the kangaroo off. And I said, I never saw anything so scary. Because I didn't realize they have those big claws and everything. They're sort of like bears. Bears have big claws. Yeah, you agree. Yeah, me too on the washing. Yeah. You have a short of a big male roo. I had to duck down for. He was sizing me up. See? Those kangaroos are mean. You'll be going live. Okay, Arnie. All right, yeah, we'll be checking you out. Yeah, so good to know. and I saw some exotic snakes. I mean, you guys have really exotic stuff in Australia. Yep. Oh yes, roos will unalive a dog. Yes, that's what I saw. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was really scary. That was really scary. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just kind of like I'm scared of Australia, although I'd love to go and check it out and see what's going on. Yeah, because I've never been that far. I've been to Hawaii. That's as far. I guess that's west. Yeah, that I've been. Yeah, the babies and the mum roos are chill, but the big males, eek. Yeah, they're scary. So I'm really concerned. But anyway, so let's talk about that. And I'll show you one more thing. Oh, yep. Home to 5 of the world's most venomous snakes. Yeah, you guys, how do you survive over there? See, I'm too frail to be in Australia. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a punk. I think I might be. Yeah, that's funny. So there's that. Now let me see. I'll try to find one more thing here. I have all these bookmarks. So anyways, we talked about the kitchen sink, keeping that safe. Let's see. Try to keep conscious of the keeping everything clean. Let's see. Oh yes. Oh no, I don't want to show you that one. That was bad. Let's see. But anyway, but those are the last thing is a lot of the coatings in pans, and they call them PFAS. And let me see if I did not pull up that link today. But they call these things forever chemicals, and they use them for anything that is slippery. So it's like any clothes that are waterproof, they use these chemicals on. They also use them in some of the coatings in pans. So and they don't, apparently they get into your bloodstream and they never go away, which is really scary. But let me share this last thing here and then I will get out of here. Let me see. I'll share this one here. Hold on, wrong screen. Let me show you this one. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share this one here. Yeah, this is crazy. Okay, we'll share. Let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, but anyway, got the wrong screen here. But I'm share. Yes. Okay, here we go. Oops, nope, wrong button. I'll make sure I got this right. I'm going to close this one. I got too many windows open. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, here we go. Share screen. Now check this out. So these are these chemicals. And I'm not a chemist, but one thing that I'll show you here is, okay, let's open this up. All right, here we go. I'm going to open this up. So anyway, I want to make this big, a little bit bigger here. All right. So they find them in these pans, right? In these pans that have these coatings, and they have, a lot of brand names associated with them. And apparently these things don't break down, and they call them PFAS. And they've been linked to, and I'm just going to make these words here, these massive things that hurt your system, immune system harm, reproductive, cancer, and other diseases. And they said that this was covered up. The fact that this is out in the environment. And this is one of the brand names. I'm going to make it real big. So if you see that there, of some of the things that were, uses this type of chemical, right? And they're called they're fluorinated chemicals, right? And so what it is it's contaminating the water, the soil, and the blood of people and animals all over the world. And they don't break down. And the thing is, the way that what you want to do is to avoid getting this into your system is to use either a cast iron pan or a stainless steel pan. And because these things flake off over over years of using them. And so what you find is a lot of people use these pans over and over again. And even though there's scratches in them, right? And these are some of the problems that they say could be linked to using these chemicals, right? Because they're in the pans, right? So you might, especially if you have any young children, you might want to rethink your cookware. And so anyway, yeah, there's something to think about. And they call them PFOA, PFOS, and it's crazy. So anyway, so like I said, I'm trying to think of the way they describe them. But anyway, that's just something I'll just, food for thought. You can do your research on it, but you might want to rethink, what you are using in your pans, what kind of pans you're using. And you might want to avoid those pans that have coatings like that. So anyway, that's my little rant. Yes. And they're banned in Australia. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Yep. I know it talked about, it was used in firefighting too. Yep. Made many of our firefighters sick. So anyway, interesting, right? But anyway, but they said that it's like in waterproof clothing. And there's other things. Yeah, there's a couple other uses, but this is just something that you might want to, do your research on, but definitely avoid those pans that have those coatings in them. And but they said that in the 70s, they said that 40% of the Americans that were alive at that time had Teflon specifically in their bloodstream, which was very, very interesting, even back then. Yeah. And I wonder what it's like now. We have a lot more people. So anyway, okay. So I'm not crazy by crazy. So you use the cast iron. Good for you. And good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yep. We are surrounded by chemicals, unfortunately. That's right. So there's supposed to be nasty chemicals in plastic too that can be leach into food. That's right. And, plastic's in everything, I saw a guy, and I don't know if it was a documentary. I think it was a documentary, but he tried to go plasticless for a week or something, and he couldn't do it. And he found that when he went to the store, his apple was wrapped in plastic that he bought. Everything, like the apples had plastic on them, the bread had plastic, even inside the cereal. Oh, I know what it was. They also said inside the cereal boxes or inside of some of the takeout um, pieces of paper, they're coated with those PFOAs. It also to keep from leaching. Like for example, the juice is dripping out. So this stuff is everywhere. And also, but anyway, but getting back to the plastic, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, plastic is really tricky. And now they do have storage things that are glass that you can use now. And they never used to have those. They had them back in the day, but then recently, yeah, I know it's crazy, right? But anyway, but the poor guy could not avoid plastic. He tried, he just couldn't do it, and it was like plastic was in everything. It was everything. He went to the Chinese restaurant. It was in plastic. His fruit was in plastic bags, or it was wrapped in a plastic kind of a sphere thing. I'm trying to think, what else did he buy? He tried to buy a sandwich. It was in plastic. Everything was in plastic. And plastic spoons, yep, are banned across Australia. That's great because of the environmental problems. Yeah. Oh, and the northern Australian turtles and other marine wildlife are suffering. Yeah. Yep. And straws, like plastic straws. And how many times have you had a plastic straw, in your lifetime? It's crazy. It's just everywhere. Like you just can't avoid plastic. It's very tough. Yep. Yeah, and sometimes they'll have plastic inside of the container. Like you may not see it on the outside, but it's oh, okay. So plastic is big money. That's right, Samoan. And our bags for shopping are all cardboard, paper based. Yeah, that's good. See, we used to have that here in the States, but then we went to plastic. And so we have mountains of plastic. And a lot of people try to make things out of them or, use them for like trash and things like that. But and then okay, then you said try to use the glass store leftovers in it. Yeah, glass. But I'm of the age where okay, gotcha. Yeah, it is tough, right? And then Samoan Watchman's dad made plastic. Wow. Now, how was his health? Because I know all those chemicals are crazy making plastic. I mean, I took chemistry so long ago, but I remember like those vinyl, those vinyl compounds. They said, I forget what they said they do to you, but it's like those things don't break down. Yeah. So I remember that. Oh, let's see. Plastic is big money. Yeah. And you're saying it is, isn't it, Samoan? Yep. So it's insane. So this is kind of what we're up against, But once again, like I said, you try to do the best that you can to protect yourself, because you only have one body and, you have to do the best you can. So whenever you can, try to eat fresh, try to avoid that plastic. It's hard though. It really is. I'm trying to think because I just put it away, but I had that chicken broth. I think there's plastic in it in that little carton. It came in a little milk carton, like a milk carton. In the old days, they used to put wax in the milk cartons, but I don't know if they do that anymore. Yeah, and that carton seemed very plastic to me. But anyway, but like I said, here's the chicken and dumplings. Thanks so much for you know, watching me make this mess here. But anyway, there it is. And but I thank you all so much for participating, in the live stream. And but anyway, I think I will run to the next thing. You guys have a great weekend. And it's already weekend in Australia. I love it. That's so nice. But anyway, but thank you guys so much for coming. But I will see you, in the YouTube street somewhere. And let's see, chicken and dumplings. Yum. Yeah, it's not bad. It smells really good. Like I got real creative with the seasoning, and I think that's the thing that you should do. And I tried all the ingredients. I tried them all. They look nice. Thank you. Oh, thank you for a great live and interaction. Yeah, I appreciate you. And have a good evening. Good to see you. And take care. Yes, that's going to be the magic word. Be kind. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And eat well. And we'll see you guys soon. So take care. And peace and love. Bye.